Here in New Westminster, we have a little, I could like to call it a New York gem in the middle of New Westminster. It's called Java Jazz. If you haven't been there, it's the music's fantastic. The owners that own it are both Solvey's probably the best singer in the world, and Eddie's probably the best piano player in the world, and it's just amazing that it's here in New Westminster. There's no cover charge. You just walk in and listen. They expect you to buy something to eat or drink, but that's minor. So I was in a form writing mood a few years ago. I thought, I've always written free verse. I should try and get some structure. So I'll write some sonnets. So I thought, okay, I'll write 10 sonnets just to get some structure. So the first sonnet, I just hated it because it wasn't rhyming every line. It was every second one. They were interspliced, and they had to have the iambic pentameter, which I paid no attention to in the beginning. I just put my 10 beats per line. It didn't matter to me where the accent fell. I had that pointed out to me later that's wrong. Of course, I argued, no, it's right. It's just the way you pronounce it. But of course, that wasn't so. So anyhow, I had to go back over them all, and I eventually ended up writing about 110 of them, because after I got to number 10, I actually liked writing them by that time. So I'd written 100, decided I would send my manuscript to a publisher, and a friend back east said, you can't do that. You haven't got your iams right. I said, what do you mean? Anyhow, long story short, I argued tooth and nail with him, but I never did send it, because I thought, maybe he's right. He probably is right, but I didn't want to go through and correct it all. But I did, and that took hundreds of hours to go back through and correct it, because as I was going back through to correct it, words changed, meanings changed, ending words didn't end the way they were going to end with the same rhyme. So it was just, if something's worth doing, do it right to begin with, and you'll save yourself one hell of a lot of trouble and time. Because it took me 10 times the amount of time it should have taken to do it right, because I did it wrong to begin with. I was too stubborn to admit it, because I didn't want to go back and correct it. But I did. Anyhow, here's one of them. Boy, what an introduction that was. This is called, actually I'm going to change the title too. See, I'm always revising. It's actually called Crab Cakes and Jazz. And I thought, crab cakes. It's not very appetizing, although the crab cakes were really good at that restaurant. So I think I'm just going to call it Java Jazz. I think it sounds better. So that's going to be the new title. Those sparkling lusty nights at Java Jazz, we slow danced close while Solvay sang her soul, and Eddie played the sweetest razzmatazz, while we held hands in amber candle glow. And there we were, reflecting in love eyes, the music, dancing, love light, and crab cakes. Your heartbeat wove the fabric of my sighs before you changed the pattern to heartaches. But if I think on Java Jazz and you, those magic melodies tug at my sleeve, and yesterday appears out of the blue. I feel the same old thrill, and I believe there are some memories even time can't kill. I loved the way we were. I always will. Java Jazz.